independent dyer behind HubcityFibers based in New Brunswick, New Jersey. You can find me at HubcityFibers on Instagram. I'm most active on Instagram, so definitely follow me there if you guys are interested. And yeah, so I decided to start this podcast to talk a little bit more about my yarn dyeing, my knitting, my spinning, and pretty much anything related to fiber, like I'm going to talk to you guys about. So, you know, if you like what you see, definitely give me a thumbs up or subscribe. I mean, I will be doing a giveaway, and I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end of the episode. But yeah, you know, I would love to hear some feedback from you guys. So if you guys want to comment down below and let me know, you know, what you're thinking, what you wish to see more, I could definitely use that information to kind of, you know, going forward with the other episodes that I'll be putting up. I'm thinking about kind of, you know, doing this every 2 weeks. So yeah, we'll see. Once things, you know, start rolling, I'll see how frequently I'll do that, but I definitely want to start, you know, being active on it at least every 2 weeks. Putting up an episode every 2 weeks. Wow. Anyways, so the first thing I'm gonna talk about, I have my show notes. I feel so official now because I have like show notes and like this really cool notepad thing. Anyway, so these are my show notes. Nothing too extensive, but I'm going to first talk about my works in progress. So let's talk about that sweater that is in my You So and So bag. So in this, I'm using I am currently knitting on the Perfect Crop Top by Teresa Gregorio. And yeah, so the last time I showed you guys, I didn't read the pattern right the first time, so I just started to decrease every row instead of knitting an inch. Or maybe, this is a paid for pattern, so maybe I won't talk too much about what the mistake that I did. But anyway, yeah, I did totally screw up, you know, as one usually. I always tend to screw the beginning of a knitting project, and then I have to painfully rip back and then start all over again, which drives me nuts. But with that being said, I am pretty much at the decrease part of and it fits so nicely. And I am using my Chestnuts Roasting colorway, HubcityFibers Chestnuts Roasting colorway. And it's a beautiful neckline. And actually, I can wear it kind of like as a over-the-shoulder top if I really wanted to. And I don't know what I'm going to do with the sleeves now that spring's kind of coming here in New Jersey. Like, I might, you know, make it, keep it, you know, with short sleeves, or I might just do the 3/4 sleeves and just throw this something like this on at night. I haven't really thought about what I want to do, what kind of modifications. I know I definitely don't want it to be like something that shows my midriff. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm really happy with the progress. It's a super easy pattern. Like, you can modify this. I know Nancy, who works at Nitty City, makes like a million of these, and she actually was the person that inspired me to cast this on. And she's made like a million. So I was like, I need to get on the bandwagon and knit that on, and cast one on. So I did. So yeah, I've been knitting this. And you know, I've been using my Yummy base in the Chestnuts Roasting colorway, which I have the last skein over there. I'm not gonna. But this is my Yummy base, and it's 100% superwash merino, 1 ply, and I'm using about 3 of these. And I love the way that this is knitting up. Like, I think it's really knitting up in a really great way. The stitch definition, just like singles. just are so nice. So, and I have some of my stitch markers. A long time ago, ventured into, my sister got like a polymer clay set for Christmas, and I was like, oh my god, I could totally make stitch markers. And so I made these really weird stitch markers, just like random clay pieces. I attempted to make sushi and epically failed, but it's a convenient stitch marker, so I just use it. And yeah, so, and that is living again in my use so and so project bag. These are the 2 balls that are remaining, because it's like I have to alternate skeins, just because with hand dyed yarn you don't want to pool the colors. So far this is the colors. I mean, this is the balls that are left, and yeah, it's so exciting. And so I just need one more of these, another full skein of these, and I'm done. So I'm excited for that whip. I know a lot of podcasters and a lot of knitters are talking about that this is the year of the garment. I don't know if it's, I'm not one of those, I don't know. I can't really say that I have like a top 9. I usually just cast on a project based on my mood. So it's like, okay, I'm really sick of knitting this, or like I really have like a couple socks on I really want to like cast on a shawl. Like I'm really in the mood to knit a shawl, or I'm really in the mood to knit a sweater. So I don't know. Maybe it will be the year of the garment for me as well. Like I really want to cast on that zweg. I don't know how it's pronounced. Zweg. I've had that in my queue for a while. Her original, it's like a white, black, and blue. Like I just love the way that looks. So we'll see. Maybe I'll cast that on, but I don't know. We'll see. Depends what I really want to do. Okay, so the next thing I'm working on is moving along. Or I guess I'll show you. I'm working on that sock, but I'm working on the second sock. So I casted on this last night. And again, this is in Regia sock yarn. These are what the finished product will look like, but it's like really gross the way I cut things up. But it's a German sock yarn, and they're the perfect pair. And honestly, these are the best socks. Like, they make the best socks that last long. They're woolier, and they are just, I always gravitate towards wearing this yarn in socks. I have yet to cast on a pair with my sock yarn. I think I'm going to do that soon, just because it's smart to kind of, knit with your own yarn. I need to knit with my own yarn more. And so yeah, I think that's definitely going to be my goal for this year, is to kind of incorporate more of my colors and kind of come up with a lot more test knits with the colors that I create. So, you guys can see how they knit up and everything like that. And that was another reason why I kind of chose my chestnuts roasting colorway for the perfect crop top. But anyways, I am using the knit. I'm totally gonna forget these again, the name of these, but they're the Knitter's Pride Carbons. That's what they're called. The Carbon needles. I keep my needles and like my sock needles and my darning needle and everything in this like glass bottle that I got from like a Trader Joe's tea sampling. But my go-to sock, I need to cast on another pair of socks. It's gonna happen because I'm already on my second pair. Usually I like to have 2 at a time. And what I'll do is I will I'll knit one sock, and then I'll cast on another pair of socks on these Haya Sharps knitting needles. And they're super sharp. Like, this is a weapon. If I'm out in public, which I usually bring like a pair of socks with me when I'm like commuting somewhere, like if I'm going to New York, and I feel safe because if anyone tries to pull anything, like I have these sharp sock needles that I could just use as a weapon if I needed to. But New York got voted the safest city in the United States recently, so I never really feel threatened in New York or anything like that, but just in case something must happen. So I do have a half object. I did finish my other pair of sock, and I could show you that. I'm being a creep. But this is my half object. It is a finished sock, and these are for me. These are my socks. Like, I have knit a couple of Regia socks that weren't for me. They were for my significant other, and sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I do sneak them away from him and I'll wear them, and I just love them so much. So I was like, I need to knit one for myself. So here it is. This is my half object, and it's in like this, I did a 1x1 rib, and the fun thing about these is that they're self-patterned. So like, once you start seeing a little bit of the blue, you know that you could just start doing straight knit. And then I don't know how I knew to start the heel. Usually, like the ones I've knit before, it'll change color again in the heel, and that's when I know. So I was just kind of knitting and knitting and knitting in the round, and I didn't know if this is where I should have started the heel. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing with the other yarn. But yeah, these are for me, and I kind of want to show you guys. I made my own sock blockers. Well, I had Steve help me. I live with Steve and two cats. My two cats, Wheezy and Freud, which is, I don't know if you guys hear Wheezy sometimes. You hear kind of like a honking in the background. Yeah, that's my cat Wheezy. So, guess no more. But yeah, I made these Steve helped me make these sock blockers. They're made from cardboard, Amazon. I mean, if you have Amazon Prime and you have boxes, then you can make these easy these easy sock blockers. I mean, Steve helped me make two pairs. We use like really heavy tape. We had some tape in the house that's like really heavy duty that we've never used. And I was like, why don't we cover those up? And why don't we use that and make sock blockers? So I did. And these are pretty durable. And they're nice. So yeah, I recommend making your own. There is a template that you can look up online for the sock blocker. So, definitely if you're interested, comment below and let me know, and I'll try to find it again for you guys if you guys are interested, of course. That's my only object I have this week, unfortunately. I've been crazy dyeing up a lot of skeins. Like, I was pretty much empty, I want to say, a week ago. So I'm glad that I got to kind of add a little bit more to the shop. So those are my works in progress / finished objects. I don't have that much this week, unfortunately. Yeah, so moving along, I'm going to talk about Stash Acquisitions. Now, I went to New York City, I want to say like 2 days ago, to kind of visit a couple yarn shops and say hi, and I had the chance to go to 2 yarn shops, and the first yarn shop I went to was Downtown Yarns, and they're located in the East Village, I want to say. I might be wrong about that, but beautiful yarn shop in New York City. And I was lucky enough to have I purchased 2 things from their store. I could not resist this gorgeous Wensleydale skein. It is 100% British wool and Wensleydale wool, and it's from West Yorkshire Spinners. And it is so, I don't know what it is. I really tend to gravitate towards really woolly yarns. I really love like the like natural fibers. There's just something about the way that they knit up, the fabric that they create is just so, it's very desirable for me. And so Wensleydale holds a special place in my heart, definitely because it was one of the first fibers that I got to spin. So I just really appreciate the way that Wensleydale kind of spins and the yarn that it creates. And this is 100% British wool. It's 244 yards. Is it superwash? Not that it matters. But this is in the colorway Moonstone. So I'm really excited. I think I'm going to add this to a shawl. Maybe I'll create a shawl and put some more natural fibers in there. This will I'll probably try to come up with a nice shawl that has like 3 segments in it. So I'll, maybe acquire a little bit more of this very soon. So that's one of the things I acquired in Downtown Yarns. Oh my God. I also could not resist. Yes, guys. I got this awesome bag at Downtown Yarns. How gorgeous is this? I decided to name this fella Philip. Philip and I will be traveling everywhere. And it's like the biggest canvas bag ever. Like I can fit like 1,000,001 project bags in here and or yarn and or whatever inserted. Like I am so excited to use this. Like I'm so excited. It's just so cool. And this is by Eric and Christopher. It's screen printed and sewn in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. So, a girl loves to support local artists and independent artists, so it holds a special place in my heart, this bag. I also had the opportunity while I was in New York to visit Woolen, which I know a lot of you guys have heard about. It's a yarn shop in Brooklyn. It's in Brooklyn Heights, I think. Beautiful area. I love that area. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's like I got to go. I also, on the way there, I stepped into a cat cafe, which was really awesome. I got to hang out with some, Brooklynite cats, which was really fun. And so, yeah, I went to Woolen, and I could not help myself. And I got this beautiful hand-spun skein by Alex Creates. I have been dying to acquire some of his hand-spun. There's something about hand-spun that is just so special. And I'm so happy that I got to snag some of this. It is absolutely gorgeous. And if you haven't heard of him, which I'm sure you guys all have, but you guys need to follow him. He is hilarious. I love that he is constantly like on Instagram stories and that he's constantly telling everyone what he's doing. He has a gorgeous studio now and I'm loving it. So this is his hand spun. I'm thinking about casting on a hat with this. It's so beautiful. Oh my God. I just like don't even, there's something about hand spun that I just don't even want to knit with it. Like I just want to put it all in a jar and just admire it from afar. It's just an art in and of itself to make yarn. And so this is his Cascade Falls. And it's made from, the fiber content is merino, silk, and silk foil. It's a worsted weight. And lucky me, it has 115 yards in it. And it's just so beautiful. It's literally just like, let me open this up, like it's not giving it justice. Like it's just so gorgeous. And it's beautiful. there's just something about hand spun that just it inspires me so much to just want to like, I want to get a spinning wheel. I have a spinning wheel, a handmade spinning wheel. I will talk about that maybe one day, not today. My fiance Steve actually made it for me because I really wanted to get a spinning wheel, but they're really pricey. So he made one for me. He made one for me out of like a bicycle wheel and some plywood. And I really want to get an electric spinner though. I really want to like electrically spin yarn. I think that would be so fun. And I like spinning wheels, but for whatever reason, I don't know, it hurts my back to like, to sit and like spin on it. Let me actually, I'll show you guys my spinning wheel. Let me just finish my, actually, let me just pull it. I'm going to pull, but anyways, yeah, I got this gorgeous, beautiful skein by Alex Creates. Should I get the spinning wheel? Maybe I'll show you. Okay, I'll show you guys. Hold on a second. This is it. This is my handmade spinning wheel. And yeah, it's a very functional spinning wheel. And it doesn't have your modern, what's the term? It doesn't have the proper bobbin. It's like a makeshift one. This is more of a spinning wheel to create kind of like art yarn and kind of just like free spinning, which is great. But I like to spin finer yarns, like fingering and single ply, and that's why I really gravitate towards kind of spinning on my drop spindle. But you know, the thing about the drop spindle is that you're not going to get quantity as fast as you want. So it's more of like a hobby for me to kind of drop spindle or to kind of take a break from knitting and use that. But yeah. This is my spinning wheel made with a bicycle wheel that I had to bargain for over Craigslist, I think. I was like looking for one bicycle wheel. It was fun this was fun. When I first got this, it was a lot of fun. I'll definitely maybe do a tutorial or show you guys a video of me spinning on it so that you guys can see, and maybe if you're interested, maybe you guys can make your own. There are instructions on how to make this. I think it's the Thrifty Fox spinning wheel. She has the pattern up to make this wheel up on Etsy. And it's a really affordable way for you to kind of see if spinning is for you. Or if you want to just wait till you go to a fiber festival, you could definitely try out a lot of, you could try out all the different types of wheels that they have available there. My favorite wheel and my dream wheel would be a Golding. But they're like $10,000, so I'll have to wait till I win the lottery or something. So, yeah. Okay, so moving on. So the next two acquisitions, that's all I got for my recent haul, but I want to show you guys some of the other stuff that I acquired. One of my best friends went to Germany this past September. Oh, no, not September, I'm sorry. This past December. And she had the opportunity to go to a German yarn shop. And December's my birthday month, so she decided to get me some beautiful local German wool. Indie dyed. I'm so in love. This colorway is called Lebkuchenhaus, which I think, if I'm pronouncing that wrong, my bad. Lebkuchenhaus. This translates to, in English, German gingerbread house in German. This was a Christmas colorway, I'm guessing, but I'm so excited. This is a knit sock, I'm sorry, fumbling. Jeez. This is a sock yarn. So, and it's a holiday colorway, so I'm kind of debating whether or not I want to wait till next Christmas to cast this on, or just cast it on and say F it and just cast on. Who knows? I don't know. But I'm so in love. This is beautiful. I would have never put these two colors together way, like a maroon and like then like a dreamy unicorn, like pink and blue, like unicorn frappe color, but I think this is going to knit up really nicely, so I'm really excited. And this is by Drakenwool. Oh, is this a, it says DE. I know it's a German yarn, but it says DE, which makes me think it's from Denmark. No, it's not. It's Drakenwool. It took me forever to like find them on Instagram, but I'm glad I did because I really wanted to learn a little bit more about this. And this is 75% sure wool, which I want to say is virgin wool. I have no idea. I don't speak German. 25% polyamide, which is like a nylon. And yeah, gorgeous. I'm in love. So that's another skein that I got. And lastly, I want to show you an acquisition that I got a while back. Maybe it was like a couple months ago. Anyways, I went to this great yarn shop in New Jersey. It's my local yarn shop. It's called Chelsea Yarns, which is located in Red Bank, New Jersey, and they are awesome. Christina, who's the owner, is super friendly. She has this beautiful table in the middle of her shop. It always smells amazing in there because she has a million candles, which smells so heavenly, and it just feels so nice to go in there if you're feeling stressed, to just go in and knit and chat with everybody else that comes in and knits. It's a really good time. And so I had fell in love at her yarn shop for this yarn that I got. And it's a yarn by the Wooliers, and it's such, like I said, like I really have a thing for really woolly yarns. It's cruelty free, made in the USA, which, you know, I love. And it's composed of 25% baby doll, 25% merino, and 50% alpaca. And it's 120 yards. And I don't know, maybe I'll make a hat from this. But I love it. It's so cute too. It's like such a cute little, it's like a little muffin of yarn. It's like not packaged the way most yarn, like in skein form. And yeah, I love this so much. It still has that lanolin smell, and it just feels really nice. I have no idea what baby doll is. 25% baby doll. I should probably look that up. Or if you guys know, like definitely comment down below and let me know. But I love it. And that's pretty much it for stash acquisitions. I guess we'll move on to when my next trunk show is going to be. So my next trunk show, I have it all written down. My next trunk show is going to be on the 24th of February. 24th of February. I also bullet journal. Whatever. I like to do it. It's fun. I don't get too elaborate with it just because I don't have that much time, but I find that I'm much more organized if I organize my life and know when things are, so that I don't I don't get that nervous or whatever if I'm like, you know, scheduling time somewhere and I forget. But so my next trunk show is at the Yarn Addict, which is a beautiful yarn shop located in Hillsborough, New Jersey. I'm really excited. It's going to be from 10 to 4, and it's going to be on February 24th. So yeah, if you guys are able to make it, definitely come. I'll get to show you some of the skeins that I'm going to have up there that I'm going to bring with me. So if you guys aren't interested in that, like, you know, thank you so much for coming by and, you know, seeing my podcast and giving me a chance. But, you know, right now I'm going to just go in and talk about a little bit more about the yarns that I'm going to carry at the trunk show. So I'm just going to pull them off the shelf because why not? So I'm going to have this special series that I've been posting about on Instagram called my Creative Single Series. And my Creative Single Series is simply that. It is a series that I am doing on a single fingering base yarn. And It is a way for me to kind of throw dye in the pot, because I dye every skein one at a time. I don't have more than a pot. I like to keep it that way, kind of small scale, and I like that. So it's a way for me to kind of just let loose, go in the dye pots, randomly pick out colors from my dyes, throw them in the pot, and just be completely 100% creative without writing down the repeatability. And I'm okay with that. So these are just a couple skeins of my creative singles series, and these are it. So I have these two. This is more on like the lighter scale. It's like a light pink with speckles of like yellow and turquoise. And the reason why I chose this base to kind of go and let free in the dye pots is because it just takes on dye so beautifully. Like, look at that. It's beautiful. I also let Steve help me make one because he was stressed out that day. So I was like, come and just throw some dye in the pots. And he ended up dyeing this gorgeous like turquoise blue chartreuse colorway, which is kind of fun. Sorry about that. Another one is this one. This one I'm going to name Medusa's hair. And it's kind of like this purpley, mauvey, green colorway. And yeah, this one's really cool. I really like that one, but this one is taking the goal. I might just keep this one because it is like, I love anything with like little bits of yellow, and it's kind of like a pink natural nude with like yellows and like little specks of like neon. And yeah, I'm really loving it. And so yeah, this is my creative single series, and that's something you could definitely, that you guys will be able to definitely check out. And so yeah, these are the other two. This one's another one that I did that has like purple and green and reds. I love it. Some other things I'm gonna have are my Delicious base, which is a DK weight. It's a DK weight merino nylon cashmere, as well as a bulky base, and this is in a colorway that is for Valentine's Day. It's called Sex Dream. I know, appropriate. So this is a Valentine's Day color. I'm also gonna have some yummy. I'm gonna have some. These are some of the skeins I'm gonna keep. I have my glitter. This is Sex Dream on a glitter base. I'm gonna have some pudgy, as well as, this is another colorway I dyed up for Valentine's Day, and this one is called Wedding Night, which I wanted to do because this year I am getting married, and yeah, I just wanted to kind of, you know, create a colorway that could help me remember that. And so, you know, I decided to put a little bit of blue in it, as well as keeping it a little bit red, which is a little raunchy. Oops, sorry. And yeah, I put a little bit of blue in there because, you know, you're supposed to have something blue on the day of your wedding. And yeah, and that's pretty much it for some of the skeins. That I'm gonna have. That's pretty much it for some of the skeins that I'm gonna have and carry at the yarn shop. I mean, at the trunk show at Yarn Addict in Hillsborough on the 24th of February. So definitely mark your calendars. And lastly, you know, New Jersey is having in April a NJ Wool Walk, and I guess I'll talk a little bit more about that once it gets a little bit closer. So that. Lastly, I want to talk about my giveaway that I promised last episode. I said I was going to give away one of my, it's a sock yarn called Whimsical. And it's like this natural lavender color with like little specks of pinks and blacks. And these would make some really cool socks. It's 100%, it's 80% superwash BFL, 20% nylon. And I'm still going to give this away. I just think I'm going to wait until I reach at least 100 subscribers. So I definitely want to give this away, but I'm going to wait till I reach at least 100 subscribers. And once that happens, I will open up a prompt. I'll either do it on Instagram or I'll do it with some comments that I'll leave down below. I'll do that maybe. Maybe I'll start small and I'll do like 50 subscribers. Once I reach 50 subscribers, I will petition this out for a giveaway. I hope that seems fair. But yeah. This is up for grabs. So if you're interested, hit subscribe, leave a comment, and yeah, I think I'm gonna pretty much end it there. If you're interested in keeping up with what I do on the daily, definitely follow my Instagram. I'm very active. Sometimes you won't hear a peep from me, because, I'm doing something, or I'm just like not feeling up to kind of talk to the internet. But I am very active on Instagram. I'm constantly commenting, and on Instagram I have a problem. But yeah, if you guys are interested, definitely follow me on there, and I'll see you next week. Or not next week. What am I talking about? I do not have a weekly podcast. I will see you guys in 2 weeks, I guess. Yeah, 2 weeks maybe. I also wanted to talk about something else, but I think that's all. Oh yeah, I went to New York and I took some video, and I'm gonna leave that at the end here. So if you guys want to watch that, stay tuned. Bye guys. Bye. Thank you so much.